Wemby is out for the rest of the season. This was supposed to be a big year for him and the Spurs. He had just become an all-star, and he was on track to win the Defensive Player of the Year. But he suffered an unexpected season-ending injury. If you're watching this, then maybe something unexpected has just happened in your life. You started off 2025 with big expectations. This was supposed to be your year. But you have found yourself in a situation that has drastically altered your year. It could be at work, at church, something between your friends and family, maybe something between your marriage or your finances. Everything seemed to be going well for the Spurs. We had just traded for De'Aaron Fox, and then we get the news about Wemby. And on top of that, Coach Pop also announces that he's out for the rest of the season. It seemed like everything was about to take a turn for the best in your life, but then something unexpected and drastic has just happened in your life. Something similar happened to Joseph in the Bible. Joseph received a dream from God that he was going to rise up to a position of leadership. Joseph received a message from God that he had a great calling and a great purpose for his life. But something unexpected happens. His brothers get jealous and sell him as a slave to a foreign country. Joseph finds himself as a slave in Egypt. So what does he do? He continues to trust in God. He doesn't lose hope. He doesn't lose his faith. He serves as a slave. And while he's serving as a slave, he gets falsely accused of a crime and finds himself in prison. Joseph at this point thought he would be in a position of leadership for the Jews, but instead he finds himself in prison. But Joseph didn't lose hope for the dream that the Lord had given him. You have found yourself in a position and you're losing hope. You may be like Joseph and you thought that you would be somewhere completely different. But instead you have found yourself in the deepest, darkest place. God wanted you to see this video today. Don't lose hope. Don't lose your faith. Joseph eventually finds himself second in command in the country that he was sold as a slave. And the country that he is originally from is experiencing a shortage of food and people are dying. The very same brothers that sold him into slavery are now coming to Joseph in Egypt, where he is now second in command, and they're asking him for help. What Joseph says next is amazing. He tells his brothers, "What you meant for evil, God has meant for good." Joseph is able to save his family from dying of starvation, and he's able to provide them the food. Listen, what the enemy has meant for evil in your life, God can turn around for the good. Maybe somebody has just backstabbed you, like Joseph experienced. But God can use anything for the good. Romans chapter 8, verse 28 says, "God makes all things work together for the good for those who love him and who have been called according to his purpose." If you're watching this, don't lose hope. You are right where the Lord has allowed you to be, and he is setting you up for the victory that's coming to you and your family.